Man, condoning snitching in 2023 is crazy, bruh. It's crazy. These are real street niggas. King Erna, a real street nigga. Whack 100 turns gangster. Although he may have gave police information, although he may have snitched. But it takes a snitch to know one. But y'all condoning snitching and saying it's not snitching. But that's because you got a bunch of niggas that's on the internet, bruh. You got a bunch of content creators. These dudes, I smoke hip hop, whatever his name is, bruh. These dudes are not street niggas, bruh. Because any real street nigga will tell you that's a form of snitching. You don't get on the stand and give no information. And you can't, despite, no matter how you feel about 1090 Jake, it doesn't matter. Snitching is snitching. Paperwork is paperwork. You can't deny the paperwork. It's niggas that go ask any real street nigga and break it down to him. That is a form of snitching, bruh. And you got to just remove BG from the equation, because that's the issue, because people have this fascination and this admiration for BG because they're such super fans. But if you remove him from the equation and you put somebody in there, a regular person, or if it's somebody that you don't like, more times than not, they gonna label that as snitching, bruh. But because it's BG and it's your childhood idol, now it makes it a difference. The nigga snitched. If we in the car, like I said, I'ma simplify it. If we all are in the car, let's say it's 3 of us. Let's say they pull us over. The police pull us over. They find drugs. They find guns in the car. If they find an unregistered weapon in the car, or 2 unregistered weapons in the car, they say, hey, listen, bruh, you who listening to this right now, they say, hey, listen, we come to you and say, hey, listen, bruh, my lawyer is saying you should take the fall, you take the charge, because you have no prior convictions, no prior felonies, no nothing. You gotta, your record is semi-clean. So you only gonna do like 1 or 2 years. So, just take the agreement, take the charge, plead to this, take this plea, take this agreement, and you're going to be out in like 1 or 2 years. So right then and there, once you agree to put all the blame and you take all the charges, that's on you. You're the one taking the charges. So when you stand before a grand jury or whoever you stand before and you make the agreement, it's all on me. Nobody else has to get on the stand and testify. We don't have to, unless I'm offered an agreement to get on the stand. You don't have to get on the stand. He already got it in black and white that he's going to take the charge, because he then gets on the stand and testifies against him. You don't have to testify. They already have it in black and white that you agreed. Beforehand, you going into it thinking that you about to get 1 or 2 years. But now it changed because one of those unregistered guns was linked to a prior shooting. Now you're doing 6 to 12 years. And let's say he wanted to take it to trial. He thought he was getting 1 to 2 years. Now he's trying to take it to trial, but he can't take it to trial because BG done already got on the stand and testified. That's snitching. No matter how y'all cut it, slice it, or dice it, that is snitching. And for Boosie to defend dude, bro, and y'all can't see that this man is a clown, bro. Y'all calling Whack 100 the clown. But like this, bro, the new era, this new generation, I wouldn't mind if everybody was not biased. If they would have treated Gunna the same as they treated BG, which what BG did was far worse because Gunna didn't even take the stand. He just agreed that he would take the stand. This is how brainwashed everybody is. Today's fans are like a cult. I don't even take society serious no more. Because as Whack 100 say, it's selective politicking. Y'all pick and choose based upon who you like and who you don't like. I don't want to hear nothing else. I don't want to hear nothing else about King Yella being a snitch. I don't want to hear nothing about nothing else, bro, because y'all pick and choose based upon who you like. Lil Boosie still standing next to BG goes to show you his character and how he pick and choose. I like BG, but he a rap, bro. It is what it is. And I'm a huge BG fan. I'm not going to stop listening to his music, but he snitched. I get it. Many people don't like Whack, but you got to call a spade a spade. Culture is hypocritical and they be selective politicking. They pick and choose and move the goalposts for who they like. Let me make this clear, bruh. Let me put out this disclaimer. I've been a huge BG fan. I've always felt like BG was the best rapper out of Hot Boys. I always viewed him as the most authentic, the realest one out of the group. I still listen to Heart of the Streets Part 1 and Part 2 still to this day. And I'm still going to continue to listen to BG as an artist, as an entertainer. But I'm able to separate the artist and the character from the person. I'm a civilian. I don't care about snitching. That don't bother. I don't care about that. I ain't in the field. But at the end of the day, bruh's a rat. That's snitching. What he did was 10 times worse than what Gunna did. Gunna didn't even take the stand. And I'm going to simplify it for you because a lot of people, you have many fans who are picking and choosing because they have this attachment to BG because he's supposed to be the so-called realist. And I ain't saying he necessarily been exposed, but when you live that street life, bro, it's a certain code that you have to live by. That everybody else, the civilians, we can't dictate we can't bend the rules if we wasn't in the streets. If this was 15 years ago, the early 2000s, late 90s, it would have been over. People pick and choose. They don't like 6ix9ine, but they don't even consider the fact that 6ix9ine was kidnapped. And I ain't justifying him being a snitch because he's a rat too. But at the end of the day, y'all pick and choose. 6ix9ine would be far more justified than what BG did. They kidnapped him and was sleeping with his girl. But when it comes to BG, right? And that's why I ain't never liked Boosie anyway. Because Boosie still perpetuates a stereotype and pushes this imagery and try to still live by this gangster street life and still lives in a gated community. And y'all be still supporting this dude on live, snitching on his son, basically dry snitching on his son. Dude is corny, bruh. This man literally sat up there in his interview, Lil Boosie that is, sat in the interview and said 95% of his audience, which are black men, by the way, majority black men who was inspired and was influenced by my music, is in the graveyard. I repeat, he says 95% of the men that was listening to my music and was influenced by my music was in the graveyard. So where do you think the other 5% is at? Where do you think everybody else is at? Everybody's in jail. They're either dead or in jail. And that would be no issue. It would be no problem if he took a different approach and he wasn't still pretending and trying to put on this persona of being a gangster, of being this thug, being hard. It'd be different if his message changed. But he ain't keeping that same energy that he had for Gunna, that he had for 6ix9ine, and all the other so-called rats. The so-called rats like Terrence Gangsta Williams. At least he admitted to being a rat. He ain't hiding his hands. He ain't throwing rocks and then hiding his hands, bruh. If Wack 100 would have did what BG did, bruh, they would have swarmed the comments to roast Wack 100. They would have called him all types of rats. If they found some paperwork and they seen Wack 100 in the paperwork and he would have did exactly what BG did to a T, they would have called him a rat. They would have called him a snitch because they don't like him. So Wack 100 threatened Lil Boosie, right? If Lil Boosie, he called the cops, file a report and say that Wack 100 threatened him, that's snitching. But his fans and most people will defend him. But he's against snitching and he's supposed to be the street nigga. Let's say Wack 100 catch Lil Boosie slipping and does something to him. And then Lil Boosie press charges. I'm convinced now that his fans would defend him snitching. The world is confused right now. Humans in the world are confused right now. They don't know what's what. They don't know the difference between what is this and what is that. You're basically changing the definition of everything. I sat there and watched this person cook this fried chicken, but you telling me this is bacon. You telling me I'm eating spaghetti. Nah, bro, you eating spaghetti right now, bro. Like, no, bro, this is chicken. Nah, nigga, that's spaghetti. No, I'm eating chicken, bro. Can't tell the difference between a man and a woman. Everybody confused. This is snitching, but that's not snitching.